Hi, I'm Octavia, and these are my partners, Christine and Kathy, and we're the faces behind Reveal to Heal.
Reveal to Heal is an organization dedicated to enhancing the lives of youth and families. As a team, we believe in helping them overcome their difficulties by teaching them how to heal internally so they will not repeat cycles of abuse.
Reveal to Heal has several types of programs, including support groups for men and women, family therapy, and mentoring for youth aging out of foster care.
Our services are unique because each one of our consultants has experienced them. We'll begin strengthening your mind, eliminating barriers, and helping you reach your full potential through awareness and learning.
Our Aging Out with Hope program is designed for at-risk youth aging out of foster care without a plan.
As a person who aged out of foster care, these programs are necessary.
These young adults with limited support increase their chances of engaging in dysfunctional behavior. With your help, we will be able to obtain and staff a transitional home within the Essex County area. The home will include proper training for staff and ensure all services are implemented efficiently. Our goal is to assist these youth with the services they need and help them integrate into a world with hope and opportunity. Our hearts are open. We are asking you to open your hearts and assist with the possibilities of what we can do to help our children.
I'm so proud to be a part of this program as a mentee. It's made a huge impact in my life.
I'm so proud of being a part of this program as a mentor.
We're ready to make a difference. Are you?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Social Media Live. I'm super excited for the guests that we have on our show tonight. I'm super excited for them to be here. Without further ado, we're not going to hold London any further. We're going to just bring London on so you can hear from her little spirited self. She is the boss. And so, without further ado, we are going to welcome London to the stage. We're gonna welcome you, London. Can you hear
Hi.
me? Yes. Hi. How are you
Hi.
this evening?
I'm great.
That's great. That's great, London. So, London, listen. Tell the world about you. We have people watching here on Facebook Live. We have people watching on YouTube Live. And so, tell us a little about you.
Well, I'm 8 years old. I'm 9 years old. I just turned 9 last Monday. And I'm really creative and talented. I dance at a church called Memorial Baptist Church, and it is an amazing church. And I love
Thank you
school
so.
so much.
And you love school so much. Awesome,
Yep.
awesome. And happy belated birthday. You are
Thank
nine.
you.
Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. So you said you attend church and you love school very much. I just saw recently on Facebook that you had received an award. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I won the Core Value Award of Respect, of Responsibility, because I turned in all my work, I participated, and I did everything I needed to do so I can get that reward.
Wow, that is awesome. That is very awesome, and it's so brave and so responsible of you to be able to turn in all of your work. Did you know that if you turned in your work, that if you submitted all of your work, that you were gonna receive an award? Did you know that?
No.
Wow, look at that. So you did what you needed to do without knowing that you was gonna receive an award. That is a round of applause. That's that's why you are shining here tonight
Mm.
on the Take Back Magazine. And I'm super, super excited. I'm so excited to have you here. And I do have some questions here for you, just so the audience can get to know a little more about you, London. So you said you attend church, right? And
Yeah.
in church you praise dance.
Yes.
Yes. So how did you get into praise dance?
Well, when I used to go to church with my goddess, I used to always watch her dance, and it just made me want to dance too. But when I was told that I was too young, I had to wait till I was 4 years old. So when I turned 4 years old, I started dancing with the Memorial Baptist Church, and I've been dancing there ever since with my amazing people like my pastor and my friends, and I'm loving it.
That is awesome. That is so so awesome. Um, and so you said when you started going to church with your goddess, who's your
Yeah.
goddess? What's goddess?
My goddess is my grandma,
Is your grandma? Oh, you call your
but we
grandma
call her
goddess.
goddess or abuela. She don't like grandma.
Goddess. Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. And so then you began dancing at the age of 4. And do
Yeah.
you remember your first praise dance?
Um, sort of, but I don't know the name of the song.
You don't know the name of the song? Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your most recent dance that you are ministering to now? What song are you ministering to?
Um, it's called "I'm So Glad I Made It."
I'm so glad I made it.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is just awesome. And I know like you have this huge biography that you are in the Take Back magazine that you're featured in. And you
Mhm.
guys, if you have not subscribed to this magazine, you guys have to subscribe to this magazine because it is an amazing magazine. It's bridging the communities together, bridging resources in the communities together. This magazine is definitely for a cause and a purpose. And if you have not subscribed, please, please do so. London has an amazing biography, and we're not going to give it all away. Why? Because you have to subscribe to it in order to get it. So I will be leaving that in the
Yes.
comments a little later. So this is Black History Month, as you know, right, London?
Yeah.
And we're celebrating Black excellence, and you are an example of Black excellence, and I am so so honored. I told my
Really?
children and to watch you. I said because you're going to be following in London's footsteps. She's paving the way for you guys, right? And so
Mhm.
they were all excited to see what was going to happen tonight. And so um, with this being Black History Month and you understanding from your perspective, your own mind and heart of what's going on in the world, what does Black Lives Matter mean to you?
Well, Black Lives Matter means that our skin, our lives matter just as much as any other races do. And we should all be treated fairly as a community of all races.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Out the miles of waves, everyone. We should all be treated in unity as one race, right? Just like every other race, like we deserve to be treated equally. And just to hear London's response is definitely amazing. With her understanding what's happening in the world and her understanding that we are not treated equally in the world. So I definitely thank you, London, for being able to share and express what you see it as and what's on your mind and heart in regards to Black Lives Matter. How do you overcome the feeling of fear when starting something new or different?
Well, the way that I overcome my fear is by talking to myself. And when I mean talking to myself, like literally talking to myself. And I say, I know I'm going to make mistakes. Like a lot of mistakes. But it's okay if I make mistakes because I'm learning something new and I don't know all of it off the top of my head.
Awesome, awesome. And so, London, in talking to yourself and knowing that you are going to make mistakes, does that make you less fearful?
Yeah,
It does.
yeah, it
Awesome,
really
awesome,
does.
awesome. So, listen, little ones that are watching, right? If you are in fear of something, especially when you're starting something new, take it from the mouth of London. She said that she begins to talk to herself, and she tells herself that she knows she's going to make mistakes, right? She knows she's going to make mistakes, and mistakes are okay, right? And it doesn't stop you from being fearful, but it helps you to keep on going and keep on pushing, right, London? Did I get that right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, London, if you were able to change one thing in this world, what would it be and why?
If I could change anything about this world, it would be all the racism that's going on. Because us as kids see how other people are not being treated the same way as other races, and it's not fair. And I just wish that people could just see other people for themselves and not the way they look, because it's not fair.
Absolutely, absolutely, totally in agreement, totally in agreement. Thank you, London, for sharing your true heart and for being diligent in what you believe and what you understand. Um, how has remote learning been going for you?
For me, remote learning has been really fun because I can have help from my teacher, and if I don't understand the way my teacher tells me to, my mom is literally right here beside me, and she's gonna say it in a better way that I can understand. And
Well, that is good.
yeah,
Go ahead. You had something else to say? Go ahead.
yeah, and in school, like sometimes um we have like fun. We do go noodles, and he shares his screen, and like we do fun things. Yeah,
So, do you think it's more fun being at home or more
yeah,
fun being in school? It's more fun being at home.
yep,
Yep.
yep,
I already told my children that you have to speak to them and you have to give them the motivation, right? Because it's tough for a lot of different kids being at home, right? It's
yeah.
tough for children who who's not used to this remote learning and they're used to that classroom learning. So, London, what would you say to those children um, who are struggling with remote learning and they really want to go back to school, though we can't at the moment? But what would you say to them?
I would say that I know it's different right now through this COVID-19 time, and I know it's not really easy for everyone, but just try your best to do the best that you can because you can't change the way that you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Um, as a young black girl able to witness the first black person and woman to be seated as the vice president of the United States of America, what does that say to you?
Well, to see the first black woman become vice president for the first time really made me say, wow, because maybe one day I can be there too. And just seeing someone that looks just like me there, she's really a boss.
That is awesome. Did you guys hear that? She's really a boss, right? She's really a boss. Someone need to type that in the chat. She's really a boss. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Um, London, what do you like doing when there's no school or there's no rehearsals? What do you like doing?
What I like to do a lot when there's not many things that I have to do, I just like to relax, watch TV, play games with my mom, my brother, and my family. Um, yeah, and also like do TikToks a lot.
You like to do TikToks a lot? Listen,
Yeah.
London. Those of you who are out there from London, type in London's TikTok so she can get some followers going. Type in her Instagram so we can get her Instagram. She can get some Instagram followers. Let's make sure that we support her. Make sure that we follow her. Have your children follow her. She's definitely an icon to be able to follow and support her in her visions and in her growth because this is what we need. These are the things that we need today. We need to be supported and we need to make sure that we are supporting others and we need to definitely make sure that we are supporting our children because our children are our future. And just to hear London speaking and to hear her dreams and her passions of what it is that she does, and she's making an impact right now at the age of 9 years old. That is something of amazing. So when you guys are allowing your children to probably watch YouTube all day, listen, put them on TikTok. Let them watch London's videos all day, right? Listen, we are able to do that, okay? We are able to do that, and myself included, right? I have three younger children, and they like watching YouTube. Put this information inside the chats because they're going to begin watching London too. That's who they're going to begin watching. So I'm so super proud of you, London. And so I do have two more questions for you, London, and then I would love to speak to your mom in a couple of minutes. So, oh, I actually have one more question to you. One more question for you, London. Um, so we know that you praise dance, right? And we know that you started going to church with your goddess and you started watching your goddess, praise
Yeah.
dance. Um, when you started watching, like what made you want to do the same thing? What was it for you?
Um, um, like when I watch my goddess and my aunt Sparkle dance and see how they move, it just really made me feel like I could really do that because I love dancing and it's really fun to do. And plus, they got to wear pretty dresses and they got to wear pearls, and it's really pretty how they dance.
Awesome. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. And so in watching their movement and watching the garments that they're wearing, and watching them being able to minister onto the people, what role does God play in your life?
Don't even get me started. God plays the most important part in my life because he gives me the he gives me the greatest amount of strength that I need to accomplish anything I put my mind to. And he he works wonderfully just to just for me to maybe get what I want because I'm fabulous. And it really makes me feel thankful for the things that I have because it's all God, my Father.
Wow. Okay, yes, He's our Father. That is just so awesome. Guys, this is just has been an amazing experience for myself. I have been truly blessed by listening to London and listening to her passion and understanding that she's here for purpose, guys. Like she is here for, she's here to bless this world, you know, and it's just amazing to interview you, London. London, when you make it to president, because that's what's going to happen, president. Don't forget about the little people.
Yep.
Don't forget about the little people, London. You are truly blessed. We are receiving so many different comments
Thank
here.
you.
Is your mom around? We're able to we can just bring your mom on for a couple
Yeah.
of minutes just to kind of chit chat with mom. Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? My red.
I am doing great. Oh my goodness, this little lady you have here. Oh my goodness, she's such a
Girl.
little lady.
Girl.
Such a little lady. She has so much of you in her, Winter. She has so
I
much
know.
of you in her.
I know. I know. I know.
It's
My
definitely
baby.
amazing.
Thanks.
So, Winter, like, what do you say to um, being the parent of all of this joy and all of this love and passion that she has and she pours out in many different ways that we didn't even get to talk about, but her biography is just so full and rich of so many different talents. And if you just want to touch on the talents and the gifts that she has, that would be great, just so the audience can even just get more of an understanding of what she engages in.
Well, London is a unique young lady. From as if you guys read her bio, she has always just been a very boisterous young lady, and I've always told her to speak her mind, speak her mind. Always, if she has something to say, she say it, but say it with respect. She's been, like I said, she's been born with this strength that I wish I had when I was younger. So I just constantly just tell her to just do her best at everything that she wants to do. Anything that she wants to do, she knows that she has the backup of her family because we're her biggest supporters. You know what I mean? So that support team it's just such a great thing. And without that support, it's really hard for any kid to even flourish in all their greatness. You know what I mean? So it's really the thing is, because she is so amazing, it comes with a lot of other things. Her personality is big, and she's, like I said, she's very boisterous. So we have this 9, she just turned 9, so we have this back and forth thing with the young girl. But all I can say is just keep always pushing your kids. Keep making sure that their dreams stay alive and it stays moving. Because with a lot of change that's going on now, especially with this COVID and this quarantine, it's not that much that they can do. But so it's our job as parents to feed their brain, to make sure that it's still constantly working, because this change is different. It's different for all of us. And I know a lot of kids are having a hard time with it, but it's our job to make it better for them, make it better, make it a more pleasable or more enjoyable place, because I know they'd rather be somewhere else. So um, just, enjoy the time, and always push the kids to be their best, always. And don't let them fall. Don't let them fall. We should be there to pick them up. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So that's basically.
Yes, wow. Thank you so much, Hunter. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing some insight on your daughter and just allowing us a piece of her for tonight. Thank you so much. You are doing an awesome job with her,
Thank
Winter.
you.
You are doing such an amazing job, and we're so thankful that you were able to come on and be able to share with us. And I know that I know it's a school night, so I'm going to let you guys go in a minute. Winter, Paris, please tell us about his, and then someone can put it in the chat as Winter is going. Tell us about, he has a song that's out. Tell us where we can follow him as well. Paris is her other son. I mean, it's her son, her oldest son. and
Oh yeah.
and he has music that's coming out. So Winter, please share that information with us.
Oh, absolutely. My firstborn, my son, my greatness, Paris Anthony. You can follow him on YouTube. He just released his first video, official video called "Love Me." You can follow him at Paris Anthony Music. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook. He's really doing big things, and I'm just so proud of him because his dreams he's been always working on his dreams, and it's amazing to see him blossom as much as he has, and he's continuing to blossom every day. So please follow him because he is something to say, yeah, he's that guy. So yes, please. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Winter. Thank you so much, London, for being a part of the Take Back magazine.
Thank
We definitely
you.
appreciate it. We are
London,
so excited that you were a part. Her London said, "Listen, I have to go do some things. Wait a second." All
London,
right, London, we just want to see your face one more time, and
let me
we're
get
going
her
to
right
let you
here.
go. Okay. You guys make sure you follow London. Thank you guys. You guys make sure you follow London. You make sure you follow her on her TikTok or her Instagram. Make sure you follow her. London, we're gonna let you go. We just want to just thank you for being a part of the Take Back magazine, and we want to thank you for being a part of the Let's Talk Social Media Live. And so, London, before you go, do you have anything that you would like to say to your family, to your friends, anybody that's watching?
Thank you everybody for supporting me. I really appreciate it and I love you. And thank you, Octavia, for putting me on your magazine. I really appreciate it.
You are more than welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to take just a 30-second break. It's a 30-second break, and then we are going to return to social media live with Nick King. You guys don't want to miss this. Please do not lock off. You want to definitely hear this young man's story. He is an amazing, amazing character. I can't wait for him to come on for him to be able to share with you what he is doing. We are celebrating Black excellence, and he is the definition of Black excellence. So please stay tuned. We will be back with you shortly. Thank you, guys. Hi, guys. So I'm back. We are going to bring Nick King to the front line. Let's just get him up here. Hey, Nick, how you
How
doing?
are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's been a long day. But I'm excited to, have me on your platform. I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the Take Back magazine. Thank you for agreeing. Thank you for supporting. And thank you for being willing to be a part of our platform. When I
Of
came
course.
across you on Instagram, my goodness, like when I tell you I was proud, I was acting like your second cousin that you didn't know. I was like, oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, it's been
Thank
an
you.
awesome 2 months. So I'm super excited. I'm glad that you found my page.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Nick, let's just jump right in here. Who's Nick King? Like, tell us who you are.
Ah, so many layers, so many layers. No, I mean the simple stuff. Dad first. My son is 15 now, so definitely dad first. Obviously the usual. The son, the brother, best friend. Mentor, entrepreneur, creative. But right now, current space. Founder of Legacy Cereal Company and Proud Puff Cereal.
For cereal, and yes, yes, we definitely want to get into that. And so you are the founder, the CEO, the brand maker,
I like that.
starting this legacy of of Proud Puff cereal. And can you just tell us what that is, for those of us who don't know?
Definitely. So the idea of Proud Puffs kind of came to me after I left my corporate job. I worked corporate retail management for like 12 years, and just like most of us, the pandemic hit, and it was crazy. A lot of stuff going on, and the first thought to me was, because I'm in high traffic areas and things like that. Like I was like, I didn't want to bring this home to my son, so that's my first thought. So just kind of following my thought and realizing one day I was like, I have, just acknowledging the fact that I have a 15-year-old and kind of hearing his voice one day, I was like, you know what, working that corporate life, that retail life, especially retail management, covering multiple stores, I was like, this is definitely something that, I need to kind of get out of at some point. So, the pandemic was basically that extra push for me to kind of jump out. And, you fast forward maybe 2 months, give or take, down the line. I've called it divine inspiration, clearest ways to say God gave me, the best idea ever, 3 a.m., super random, almost like it was like whispered to me, cereal company. And, I'm literally just kind of laying in my bed going, where is this coming from? What is going on? I have no idea, why this idea is on my mind, but, I'm super stubborn. So, from there, I just kind of Googled it. Just out of whim, I Googled Black-owned cereal company. And this is, unfortunately, after the murder of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and everything was, shop Black, own Black businesses, etc. So that one quick Google search, it was almost like, no search found. It was like nothing, and I was just like, wow, no Black-owned cereal companies ever. And, that was definitely the start of me saying, I got some work to do.
Yes, wow, that is awesome, awesome. And I'm seeing in the comments people are saying only God. And yes, you are absolutely right. Only God is waking you up 3 o'clock in the morning at those hours for you to begin thinking and pressing and moving forward with the with the thought that He has given you, with the vision and the mission that He has given you. So that is truly, truly amazing. Um,
Definitely.
the in so we understand how you what inspired you, and this the cereal, it's Proud Puffs. It's like it's really this, right?
Yeah. So that was a part of the creative process. I'll give you the shorter version of it. My whole life, or a large majority, of growing up, especially just kind of moving around and things like that. People have always told me, like, you need to be still. You need to be still. And just naturally knowing that I wanted to focus on generational wealth. That was what I wanted for my family. I kind of had that idea. Before my son was born. I said I had 18 years to give him a better life than I had. So I've always been moving. I've always been just really trying to figure things out. And the pandemic, weird enough, was what kind of kept me still, leaving my job, not running and getting up and going every day. That was my still moment. So with creating this, I remember prior just watching a video that said, ask God bold size questions. So once the serial idea came, I literally went downstairs. And I was just sitting to myself, and I'm just like, this is not my idea. Like I couldn't think of to create a cereal company even if I tried. Like I'm creative, but not that creative. And I just kind of said out loud. My son probably thought I was a crazy person because it's literally 3 o'clock in the morning at that point. I'm like, God, this is clearly not my idea. I need a name. That was my bold question. So maybe a minute. The Proud pops in my head, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh snap. Really just kind of formulating this together. But, fast forward, just kind of piecing together Proud. I knew Proud Flakes sounded terrible. So I was like, Proud Flakes wouldn't be cool. I need to find something better. So, pairing it with Proud Puffs and then going, what do I want the shape of the cereal to be? And, the empowerment fist kind of came into my head. And I was just like, I wonder if I could make these little puffs, just little chocolate fists. And, I had it tested out in a commercial kitchen, and, here we are.
Wow, 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 wow. That is so, so amazing. That is amazing. Can you just imagine, like, you're hearing the voice of God, and you don't really probably want to talk to nobody about it because then they start looking
Right.
at you strange. Like,
Right.
but you still move forward, right? You
Right.
still move forward with the vision that He has given you, and then you work diligently on it. And not only do you work diligently on it, it's right in the arena of what we need right now. All of the things that are happening right
Right.
now with our people of color. Um, you are Black history, and it's just so amazing to be a part of this journey and this legacy. I'm super proud. I ordered my pups.
I appreciate that.
Waiting on my pups to come. Yes, I did, and I cannot wait for it to come so I can, just show on
Yes.
social media how one that we have to be able to support each other, but also how we support the vision
Right.
and how we support the legacy. And I think
I love
that's
it.
extremely, extremely important. And so I know you have one son, he's 15 years old.
Yep.
Is he interested in what you're doing?
That's a tough one, because he's so much like me. I'm naturally a pretty, just real even keel. Just really kind of to myself. So even with sharing it to him, and I'm like, hey, look what I did, and his face is on the box, and the best I got was that's cool. He's a 15-year-old, so it's not. I didn't expect cartwheels, or anything like that. But I think just noticing the growth of the company, noticing that I'm on the Kelly Clarkson show, and I'm in Forbes, and I guess the Shade Room was the highlight of my career. Go figure. But being on the Shade Room, I could tell that there's a difference in it. So I could tell he sees the actual growth, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's awesome. And that was going to lead to my next question. Is he inspired? Do you believe he's inspired? Has he ever even spoken to you about like his thoughts and feelings? Just really seeing if it's everything like coming out.
Right. Yeah, the fun part is really kind of having the conversation about it, just saying like, what do you want next? My company being called Legacy Cereal Company, this company is built for him. This is built for everybody else that's on the box, my sisters, my nieces, my nephew, like this is built for them. So just kind of really just asking questions like, what do you think? What's your process? What do he's officially going to be my taste tester, to try out the cereal, to say like, what do you think about it? So having them a part of the business in all different aspects is definitely super important, but as he's growing and coming into his own as well, it's definitely going to be, fun to watch him see the evolution of the brand and everything that we have to do next, and, pull him along so he can really see everything that we're doing firsthand.
Awesome. Do you think it's something that he would that you're gonna be able to pass down to him, and he just kind of like take the torch down, like, all right, I got it.
It's the goal. That's the goal, that dad's getting a little older. So it's like, at some point, dad, yeah, definitely something to say like, hey, this is the position. But the operative goal is really, and I know, to scale out a business, a lot of different things change as far as equity, maybe future partnerships with different companies, etc. But again, tying it into legacy, this brand is really for the next generation and et cetera, for my family. So this is really for them, at the end of the day. I think I live a pretty good life. I've worked really hard, so leaving this business, leaving something for them. So, my sisters who are now in college, I can, once they're done, I can kind of pay off their student loans and say, listen, don't jump back into, a 9-to-5, go live, go to another country. If you want to go do that, don't do, whatever, what we all had to do. So, that's the ideology behind it. I want to put them in a better, position to where they don't have to, chase the 9-to-5 like I did. I've done that since I was, 14, 15. And, as soon as I grabbed the work permit and I can work, I worked. So I want to give them the opportunity to do something different and not have to worry about, student debt and, figuring life out so early versus living like the other side of the world gets to do.
That's awesome, and that's definitely awesome to be able to not only give back but pour back and pay it forward, and this is what we're here for. We're here to do that, right? To give back pay back and to pay it forward. And this is, I think that's one of the most incredible things that we can do, you know, here on this earth while serving God's people. How do your people, or how do you want people to view you
I mean,
as brand and legacy?
you know, the biggest thing, and you know, for all those who follow business, you know, the way I created my first product, the way I, you know, the way I designed the box, etc. You know, I would say to some degree I've kind of broken all business rules. You know, they would say, you know, and I've been in some investor meetings where they're like, you know, maybe you should, you know, pull the family off the box and make it a little, you know, universal and things like that. So I'm fully aware that I've broken all business laws, 100%. You know, but for me, right? You know, for me, I've always been based on like intent and intentionality. You know, at some point, someone in the business space has to shy away from always just being about the money. You know, how fast the actual money is going to come to me, and focus on the intent. You know, so for the emails that I'm getting, for, you know, the comments under pictures, under posts, etc. that I'm getting saying, you know, I love what you're doing. This is something that we need. This is something for the culture. I mean, you know, Proud Post being, you know, coined the cereal for the culture. Like, for me, that's way more impacting than anything else. You know, it's one of those things to where, you know, the money will come. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, what I'm all about. If you know, if I pan a little bit over, you'll see Nipsey's on my wall, and Nipsey's message is all about, you know, the marathon, the long game, you know, and I've really kind of like centered my ideology around that and not been so focused on the money. So, you know, when thinking about what my legacy is, I want my legacy to be like, this is what corporate companies should have always been. This is what it looks like when you're doing something intentionally to impact the community. This is what it looks like when we're taking our money and we're investing it back into a Black-owned business and watching that investment come back to the community. That's what I want my legacy to be about. You know, I want to, you know, empower the Black and brown community, you know, but also show those who are outside the culture what it looks like when, you know, we come together as allies. And when we look, you know, we're breaking all stereotypes when they say that, you know, Black people don't support each other. You know, I love to be the thing that proves people wrong. You know, my campaign, I'd say probably 90% has been backed, you know what I mean, by people of color, by Black people. So, you know, that breaks that negative stereotype, you know, right away. And I just want to continue to break those stereotypes and really build out the company.
Absolutely. And Nick, let me tell you, someone even looked up your link, DarianTimes.com. So you guys make sure that you follow that link, and you make sure you look him up. Make sure you follow him on his Instagram. Make sure you follow him on
I
all the
appreciate that.
social media websites. And so, and Nick, absolutely right. When you spoke about just being able to, like, the greatest joy is to break those cycles of stereotypes, saying
Right.
that, you know, Black people put together and Black people this and Black people that. No, we're breaking it. And those are just cycles of abuse, because a lot of times those words even come from our own people. And
Right.
so I'm so proud of you, so honored,
Thank you.
you know, to be on this platform with you. And so I don't know if you reached your goal yet. How many boxes of cereal have you sold so far? And what's your goal if you haven't reached it yet?
So we're at, last I think we count, we're at 3,000 boxes sold. And we did that in, yes, we gotta clap that up. We did that in, I think 20 days. You know, I think that the biggest challenge, definitely, I was excited about that, you know, once I got the final numbers, but I think the biggest thing, for me really is understanding that there are systems in play. So when people say that, Black people or people of color need to stop complaining, they're in America, it's so easy. You know, I think the biggest thing to realize is that there are definitely still systems in place that prevents, you know, growth. You know, we have hurdles, we have holes that, you know, as we're how do they say, pursuing, the American dream, that are in play, you know. So locking down, right. Locking down, manufacturing facilities and things like that. I'm aware that I'm in a 35+ billion-dollar industry and growing, so I can automatically start to see, the little squeeze out that I'm currently getting as I'm trying to build out the brand and getting to these manufacturing companies and things like that. It's unfortunately that's the biggest hurdle as of right now. It's like, okay, cool. I have a really great concept. I have a following that's willing to back me behind. The press has been phenomenal. My company's only 2 months old, and we've gotten probably more press than a lot of companies that have been a year plus. And especially in the sense of quality. The last thing that I need is a facility that's willing to produce the cereal. And just to realize that there's been, a lack of return phone calls, a lack of email responses, inflated pricing, and things like that. I think that's probably like the most disappointing part, because it's like, I'm clearly just doing something that I think is necessary for for today's climate. And, knowing that that is the avenue, unfortunately, and I'm getting squeezed out is kind of, disappointing. But that doesn't really stop the journey. I just realized I got to work harder and build relationships, so I can actually really get this done. So I'm excited. Once everybody gets a box of Proud Pups in their hands, it's only going to elevate the brand to the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely, and well said. I definitely thank you. Definitely thank you, Nick. So I know we have people watching on both platforms here, and um, if some parents are here, and I'm sure they have children. What would you say to the children who are watching you, and who are just in awe of like everything that you're talking about, and just being the first Black cereal brand owner, just leaving legacies not only to your family, Nick, they're leaving legacies to us. And so, what would you say to those children that are watching?
Really, the biggest thing that's helped me, and I'll continue to echo it in two spaces. One, everybody has their own faith, so I'm very conscious about when I mention it, but I would always say that it is a huge part of me. It's a huge part of my brand, so really putting God first, and believing that He's going to carry your vision. That's definitely one, because when people say, "Wow, this is a genius idea you came up with," I automatically correct them, like, this isn't me. it's not not my idea. I'm literally just the vessel to kind of execute this idea, this vision. So definitely putting God first, most importantly, or whoever it is that you believe in or pray to. And the second part is really belief in yourself. My story, I've said it from the beginning. I didn't tell anybody that I was building this company. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell family. That the memes that have always gone out that says, hustle in silence or work in silence. Like, I did that, and I did that intentionally, because everyone would look at me crazy if I said I'm going to start the first Black-owned cereal company. They'd be like, you're a crazy person. Like, why would you even want to do that? And I really just wanted to keep all additional energies off of it and say, you know what, Nick, you believe in yourself. You got this. You don't really need anybody else. The only people that need to know are those who are a part of really facilitating the moving pieces of the company. So bet on yourself, believe in God first, and bet on yourself. Two of the biggest things that I can say for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I definitely thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure. It has been an honor, just to sit and have a conversation with you, and to just understand where your thought first originated from. And thank you for not being fearful or playing politics, and not speaking, and not denying God, I should say, in public, right?
For sure.
So I definitely thank you for that. You're getting a lot of feedback on here. Someone said you're very inspiring, and yes, you are. You're very
Love it.
inspiring, and
I love it.
I'm definitely thankful. I'm blessed. Listen, you guys make sure you follow the King on all his social media. If you guys did not subscribe to the Take Back magazine as of yet, make sure that you subscribe to the February's edition. Nick King is featured in the February edition. We're giving him a round of applause in
Love
the February edition, along with London ACOSTA. We're giving her a round of applause in the February edition. Listen, the February edition is an amazing article. So are the other editions, but this article, this edition, is a little more meaningful to me, with it being a part of Black History Month and us
Yes.
celebrating Black history and not only from our ancestors, but celebrating it in a way from where our ancestors paved the way for our future to be here right now, and for you to witness history in the making, for you to witness a legacy being birthed. So, Nick, I thank you. I
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
Um, you're gonna be having so much more followers. And Nick, where can I'm just gonna type it in here? Where can we get your Where can we go to get your cereal?
Yes. So easy. Just regular proudpuffcereal.com. You can put your orders in there. You know, I'll continue to echo this sentiment. I appreciate all those who can and have the ability to support in the event that you cannot. I mean, I'm fully aware that we're going through a pandemic, you know, and I don't want, you know, anyone to squeeze themselves tight. Social currency is a real thing, whether it is liking a post, leaving a comment, sharing the story, telling a friend, you know, all those things go a long way. You know, when building out a brand, it really does take a village. I really do believe in that space. So yes, just go to proudpuffcereal.com or go to our social media pages. We're Proud Puff Cereal on all platforms. And again, if you cannot afford it, I completely understand. Share a post, like it, leave a comment, tell a friend, and you know that is just as amazing, if not more important, than placing an order. So Octavia, I appreciate you. I thank you. This is huge. Just sharing a platform. I think people underestimate, you know, how important this is, especially to, you know, building out a business. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you, and thank you to all of our followers. Thank you to
Yes.
everyone who attended tonight, who stayed for the entire show. And listen, I know Nick. He's being nice. He said that you can share, and that's great. We want you to share. We want you to comment. We want you to post. We want
Yeah.
you to do all of those things. We want you to
Yeah.
follow. But we also want you to support, right? So maybe you can take an L on your haircut. Maybe you can take an L on your nails. But listen, we gotta support. We gotta support one another. Serious is
No.
this is where we are. You know that cereal that you're thinking about picking up in the store. Just imagine, dang, if I support Nick, his cereal gonna be in the store, and I'm able to pick that up directly. So
It
listen,
is.
support this brother, support him. This is phenomenal work. We have to be able to support each other. We can't keep getting in our own way by saying that, oh, black people don't do this or black people don't do that. Well, you're a black person, then you do it, and you set the change for everybody else to begin to do it. Okay. So
If I
thank
could.
you guys for. Yes.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead, Nick.
I was going to say that piece very important because it just ties back into the intentionality. I know you're wrapping up, but I say that to say the woman that created my trademark was a black woman. That was intentionality. My design team is a black animated design team. That's intentionality. My first intern is a black woman. That's intentionality. So I think for 2021 and going forward, we really just have to move with intentionality and say, you know what, I can go any. Actually, the platform that's actually funding my campaign is a black owned crowdfunding platform. Again, intentionality. So moving with intentionality for 2021. Of course, make sure it's of caliber. You know, make sure it's of quality. We're not just saying you have to buy it because of X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, you know, let's move with intentionality, and you know, I mean, let's be conscious of where we're spending our money as well. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much, Nick. And so, you guys, listen. Next month we are celebrating Women's Month, and so if
Yeah.
you have not found someone to be featured in the Take Back magazine, listen, inbox me so we can begin to feature. So for us to be able to feature our women in the Take Back magazine, someone who is doing awesome in the community. It doesn't have to be my community. It could be your community. You could be in Africa. Listen, you can still be featured because you are making a difference in our
Yeah.
world and you're making a difference in someone's lives. And there is a discounted price to be featured in the Take Back magazine for the month of March. The discounted price is $97, guys. It's $97. So if you know someone who you would want to sponsor to be featured in the Women's Month magazine, make sure you guys do so. All proceeds are going to the Aging Out with Hope foster care, youth aging out of foster care and going towards their transitional home. A lot of youth are leaving the system, guys, and they are homeless, they are addicted, they are ending up in abusive relationships, and these are the things that are not talked about. They're not talking about this amongst our people, and so, but yet you can see in North Carolina, and Oklahoma, and these different places. They're speaking about it, but it's not a people of color. Listen, we gotta pull together. We gotta be able to help one another. We gotta be able to help support, to support one another, and in supporting and being able to support one another, just a subscription, which is only $10.66 a month. That subscription, those proceeds goes towards the Aging Out with Hope transitional house. So if you guys please support, when you see us posting things on social media, like Nick said, please share it, comment. All it takes, if you don't have the finances to support, because trust me, I understand. I have 5 kids. Okay, so if you don't have it, like, share, comment. Like that's all. Like is that takes nothing. That doesn't even take energy. It only takes time of 1 minute. Okay, so you guys make sure you do that. Make sure you go out and support. Make sure you go to both of our guests. Make sure you go to both of their social media platforms. London ACOSTA. Make sure you go to her platform. Make sure you go to Nick King's platform. Make sure you're following me. If this is your first time hearing from me, make sure that you're following me, Octavia Bradley, or at Octavia B Speaks 2 on Instagram. Make sure you guys are following us. Winter just gave her son's information, Paris Anthony Music. Do I have that right? Paris Anthony Music. Make sure you guys are following and supporting. This is big. We can do this. Instead of saying what we can't do, let's start saying what we can do. Let's start taking action. Okay. You guys have a great night. It has been amazing to be on this platform with you guys tonight. The King, have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Octavia, and these are my partners, Christine and Kathy, and we're the faces behind Reveal to Heal.
Reveal to Heal is an organization dedicated to enhancing the lives of youth and families. As a team, we believe in helping them overcome their difficulties by teaching them how to heal internally so they will not repeat cycles of abuse.
Reveal to Heal has several types of programs, including support groups for men and women, family therapy, and mentoring for youth aging out of foster care.
Our services are unique because each one of our consultants has experienced them. We'll begin strengthening your mind, eliminating barriers, and helping you reach your full potential through awareness and learning.
Our Aging Out with Hope program is designed for at-risk youth aging out of foster care without a plan.
As a person who aged out of foster care, these programs are necessary.
These young adults with limited support increase their chances of engaging in dysfunctional behavior. With your help, we will be able to obtain and staff a transitional home within the Essex County area. The home will include proper training for staff and ensure all services are implemented efficiently. Our goal is to assist these youth with the services they need and help them integrate into a world with hope and opportunity. Our hearts are open. We are asking you to open your hearts and assist with the possibilities of what we can do to help our children.
I'm so proud to be a part of this program as a mentee. It's made a huge impact in my life.
I'm so proud of being a part of this program as a mentor.
We're ready to make a difference. Are you?